Naghang yung A-Power Mirror. Ayan. Anyway, we're back. Welcome back sa stream. Hindi naghang, promise. Ay, hindi copyright, naghang. Wag nyo sisihin si Facebook, mga pre. Naghang. Isa yun sa mga issues ni A-Power Mirror kapag ginagamit mo daw siya ng libre. Pero itong putragas na A-Power Mirror na to, paano ko sa babayaran ko naghang ka sa akin? Eh di wala akong tiwala sa'yo. 'Di ba? Anyway, ayun, 3 minutes to go para dito sa running live natin. Ano bang ano? Lagay nga tayo ng sound. Pero yon mga pre, as we were talking about good old days, no? Sorry, I'm not saying good old days pala. I don't like saying good old days kasi feeling ko ang unfair, no? Para sa new generation kapag sinabi mong good old days yon for LoL. It's our memories, no? Syempre yung kabataan ngayon, may bagong klase ng memory sila and we have to respect that. Yun yung nakakaligtaan ng mga tao ngayon, eh. Na you have to give some slack for the youth, no? Na meron din silang sariling memories din to make. Anyway, 3 minutes remaining para sa inyo. Rank season natin, 2 minutes, no? 47. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very, very close. We're 2 minutes away into the end of the rank season. I'm just very hyped. Again, guys, honestly speaking, I think, sige, marami-rami tayo nanonood ngayon. It's amazing, no? And I just wanna tell you na I'm very excited, no? Sa mangyayari para sa Wild Brief. May mga issues man, whatever, ganyan-ganyan. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo, I will take this opportunity, lalo na napakarami nyo na, basta, wag na kayo mang-away ng ibang game. Hindi kailangan manghila or mantapak ng ibang game para mapatunayan mong maganda yung game mo, no? Ganon. And of course, vice versa din naman, no? Sinasabi ko rin to para dun sa iba na may mga issues pa sa Wild Rift for some reason, hindi ko magets bakit, ganyan. Pero, yeah, along the way, we will celebrate each small victories and even defeats, no, for Wild Rift. And this time, eto na yon. Isipin mo, ilang taon mo inantay yung LoL Mobile, yung LoL Wild Rift, diba? Taon, ha? Hindi mo pa alam na may Wild Rift. Hindi mo nga alam yung salitang Wild Rift, eh. Ang alam mo lang, kailan kaya magkakaroon ng League of Legends sa mobile. Pero ngayon, eto na. Anyway, guys, eto na. Let's get into the live. Manood na kayo dun sa live. Nasa League of Legends page. I will now shift my screen, no? And hindi pala pwede mag full screen, no? So, dito na lang tayo. Hopefully, kita nyo. Let me just move the chat here. Ayan. Link sa YT. Ito. Ito yung link sa YouTube na version yan. Shoutouts Pampagana bago ako mag-workloads yan. Kay JR Regala, shoutout sa mga night shift dyan. Let's go. Let's go. Season 1. Okay, 50 seconds. Mga bong links para dito sa phone ko. Ewan ko nakikita nyo. Kita nyo ba? 50 seconds. Ewan ko kita nyo. Kita nyo ba? Hindi nagpa-focus, no? Ayan, no? Ilang segundo na lang. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The very first rank season, official rank season, well, may season 0 naman. Pero yeah, season 1 ng Wild Rift. Kakasa na. There will be headlines tomorrow for sure of this one. And yeah, it's time to really rank and grind. And I'm happy we're about to finish Diamonds, no? Premiere will begin shortly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at that. Preview season timer. Tang ina, nagbago yung screen. Ang angas. Pakita ko lang sa inyo, puta. Tingnan yung nangyari sa screen. Oh, yan, no? Tingnan yung nangyari sa screen. Look at that. Meron kang you have a timer here. Kung ilang oras sa susunod na season, meron kang 3 hours, Diamond 4, previous season tier. I-display sa'yo, sobrang cool! Oh my God! Okay, let's go! Panoorin na natin. 1 minute 30 seconds, oh my God. This is shit. This is so cool. Look at this. Tingnan nyo yung mga nasa phones nyo, buong links. Pagdasan nyo ako 1 minute to Diamond. Nakastart lang ang ina mo kasama. Abot ka pa naman sa totoo lang. Sana matalo ka, Bob. Yan, nakabula ako sa God ka kasi wala ako na. Nice one. Amazing. Sige, good luck sa mga one-win boys dyan, no? Abot pa naman kayo. Kahit tapos na yung rank season, kung in-game kayo, abot pa kayo na. Wala pa rin for rank season. Hindi mo rin siya pwede ma-share. Included din pa rin yung points mo, no? Screenshot ako ha. Screenshotan ko lang to. There we go. We have the screenshot for it. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 seconds before the live for the season 2021. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go! Season 2021. Oh my god. The soundtrack. Yung logo na yan, nakabase sa mapa actually.
Hey everyone, SafeLocked here on behalf of the League Dev team to welcome you to Season 2021.
Dev team.
We want to start today by saying thank you for being here. We're so excited you tuned in from all over the world as we kick off the next year of League together. In some ways, this year will be a little different. As you know, there are more ways than ever to enjoy League. Our hope is that we can create a few moments throughout the year where we can all come together and celebrate as a
They make
community.
my screen bigger, ha?
So, to that note, League devs from across Riot are joining us today to help kick off the new season. Here's a look at everything we have in store. Today marks the start of a new season in League.
Para mas
And
kita
with that,
ninyo.
a new chapter for Runeterra. So, there's something we'd like to show you. If you've been following League for a while, you'll know that since reuniting, Senna and Lucian have been fighting back the darkness. But as the black mist continues to spread beyond the Shadow Isles, Runeterra faces a new threat that could leave the world in ruin.
The housing's loose again. What did you do to this thing?
You'll have it fixed by Mudtown. With currents and wind conditions, we can be there in 3 days.
Gago, may cinematic, no?
The mist should be leagues from here.
Well, it saved us a trip.
Senna,
Hey, we don't run from darkness.
we light the way.
I'm speechless, man.
You
Sobrang
don't
cool.
belong here.
I have crossed through death and ruination to get back to her.
Ayun na si Piero.
Return, my queen.
You will destroy this world.
She is my world.
Oh! Yung bagong champ, si Claude. Hindi ko maalala yung pangalan. Darius. Karma. haba nitong Oh, si Bait, man! Naka-final R! Chills! Chills, man! Goosebumps! Grabe. Sus ko po. Nakatingin ka lang, papatayin na yung baby girl mo. Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King. Ay, di pa tapos.
We have to go back for her.
Senna? We can't defeat him alone.
Bagong logo, no? Bagong IP na naman to ng LoL.
That's right. Viego, the Ruined King, is here. And even though we love a good cliffhanger, this time we're going to continue the story across multiple League experiences throughout the year. We'll talk more about what that looks like during the stream. With that, let's hand things over to the rest of the League PC team to share a sneak peek at some of the new champions, skins, and gameplay changes coming this year. First off is Jeremy Lee, who's going to catch you up on the preseason item changes
Bagong champion yata,
and look
no?
ahead
Pero
to
yeah,
some of what's
Viego.
new
Viego
coming
is
in
the Ruined King.
2021.
Alam na natin yan. Well done. Cinematics. Rito. Never
Hey everybody,
disappoint.
I'm Jeremy, aka Riot Brightmoon, the lead producer for gameplay on League of Legends. I am so excited to welcome all of you to the start of Season 2021. Today I'm going to talk about some of the recent updates we've made to help you get ready for this new season, as well as some of the things we're working on that we haven't released yet. So let's get to it. This preseason, we've completely revamped League's item system to keep the game's foundation strong as it
This is LoL
continues to
PC.
evolve.
These are LoL PC updates,
Deciding
no?
which items to buy is part
grabe.
of your path to victory in every
Angas,
game.
sagad,
And
man.
item choices, stats, and effects should be clear and understandable. So we took a look at every item and talked about what was working well and what we could improve. Some items haven't changed much, but we've removed some others and added some new picks, all to make sure that each item has a clear and unique purpose in the game. One problem we especially wanted to solve was that most of the
Napaka-romantic
time,
niya tumingin,
earning a
ah.
powerful item just wasn't very rewarding. Getting your first big item should feel impactful, and champions of every playstyle should have multiple choices to be excited about. So,
talaga?
we've
Sa
added
mobile lang
Mythics,
si
a
Viego.
new item class with a
Viego,
powerful
guys, hindi
effect that
Diego.
shape the way you
Viego,
play
Viego
each
yung
game.
IGN, no? Ay,
These
Viego
open
yung
new
name.
strategic options and give you more control on how you want to play. And because Mythics are so powerful, you can only have one at a time, so choose wisely. Another area we focused on was the shop itself. We've wanted to improve the shop for a long time,
Parang Rag
but
na may
the technology it was
pag-max level,
using
may
was too
aura.
old and fragile. We've completely rebuilt the shop with new tech and tons of improvements.
Alam
For
ko may
example,
upcoming movie si Riot.
we've smartened up
Alam
the
ko,
recommended tab
matagal
to
nang
make
inanos na may
suggestions
upcoming
based on
movie.
what high-level players are building, and which items are good
Pero ang
against the
setup
enemy
is
team.
hindi
So if you're worried about
hindi
having
kay
to relearn
Viego, iba.
items, don't panic.
Yung lugar nila
New
built
shops
over
got your
yata
back.
yung setup.
updating such a foundational system is going to have a big
Tagal ko
impact
nang
on
di
the
naglo-LOL
game.
PC, promise.
So we're
wala
keeping
na
a close
akong
eye
alam.
on balance and what everyone is building, especially in these first few months.
In love talaga ako.
Thank you to
Patch
all the
Builder,
players who've been
grabe to.
giving us feedback along the way, and please keep it coming, because like the rest of League, the item system will continue evolving over time. In addition to the item system overhaul, we're making some changes to Ranked to prep for this season. So before you get started on the climb, which by the way you can do today,
Viago,
let's take a
Viago.
look at what's new. We know it's been frustrating to win streak into promos only to go 1 and 2 when the stakes are high. So we're removing promotion series between divisions. You'll still go through promos
series?
between
Di ko
tiers,
alam.
like
Series
from
pala.
silver to gold, but otherwise it's smooth climbing. This means that you'll no longer have demotion protection between divisions, but you'll still have that buffer once you reach a new tier. We also know that starting a new season just to grind back up to where
mas
you
mataas
finished the
na yung
previous one
punishment sa
can feel a
demotion.
little tedious. So we've adjusted the way that provisionals work. This year, you should start your climb closer to where you ended. And for all of us sweaty hopefuls, Master Tier and above unlocks immediately with the new rank season, which means the race to be first in Challenger is open today. There's still a minimum LP requirement for Grandmaster and Challenger, but no more waiting 2 weeks for it to unlock. It's ready now, if you are.
Tong ina, pwede ka kaagad
Finally,
mag
we've been
one-day
making some
challenger.
improvements to matchmaking and
One-day
player behavior
challenger.
features.
Pero yun yung
Over the past
sinasabi.
6 months, we've been improving our detection and punishment of players who quit or intentionally ruin the game for others.
Oh, yung Xinjiao kanina.
We still have a lot to do. We've been able to improve detection of players intentionally feeding by 40%. And we're also seeing meaningful decreases in players AFKing in games. But even if it's happening less, when it does happen, it can be really frustrating. So one of the big highlights we've recently shipped is LP Mitigation. So now you
may
don't lose
LP
as much
mitigation
LP when someone on your team AFKs in ranked. And players who leave will also lose more LP for abandoning their team. We'll talk more about our additional plans here soon, as we hope to make more changes that encourages everyone to work together to get to that victory screen. It was a long time coming, but I'm happy to say that we've had a great first year of Clash. Over 28 million players played Clash in 2020, and we want to keep that momentum
Gago wala
going.
pang clash sa Garena region.
This year, we want to make sure that everyone who wants to play Clash can participate. So we're looking at improvements to the free agent tab. Right now, a group of 4 can find their missing player, but we're also exploring a way for free agents to find themselves a team. We're also going to test running Clash tournaments during the week, so that those of you who work weekends will still have your shot at glory. Or going 0-3 like I usually do, although I swear I have won a Clash once. The first Clash tournament of 2021 starts next weekend. We know it'd be a little much to finish all of your placements before then, so for this tournament only, you don't need to be placed in ranked.
This is LoL PC systems.
Looking
yan.
further
Pero,
towards the future,
you know, it's
we want to
in a way
focus on
pwedeng
improving
sa
the
Wild Rift
systems
din
that
mangyari yan.
exist around the game. And let me tell you, League has a lot of these. Ranked, Honor, Summoner level, Champion Mastery, Event Passes, you get the point. Needless to say, there's a lot going on, and it doesn't always feel like things are working together. Spending time in League should feel meaningful, no matter how you're doing it.
Oo nga eh.
And we want to bring all these complex systems together in a way that gives you clear progress and rewards for everything that you do. We also want to recognize your personal accomplishments and playstyle and show them off to other players.
Uy,
So
gagawa.
whether it's flexing on your friends with your rank,
Hindi Wild Rift yun. no?
celebrating your skin collection of your favorite champion, or just how many champs you have Mastery 7 on, we want the way you play to feel meaningful and easy to show off.
Angos,
Now,
grabe to.
we're still in early development on all this, but we'll share more later this year. Now, good luck with your climb in ranked,
grabe.
your rerolls in ARAM, and snatching that Clash trophy with your friends. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you on the Rift.
That's LoL PC. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reeve Morales, the lead producer of the Champions team. I want to take a little time to talk with you about some of the plans Champions team has in store for 2021. So last year, we set a goal to ship at least one new champion in every position, with the exception of mid lane, where we wanted to have both a mage and a melee champion. We believe that players shouldn't have to go longer than a year to get a new champion to try in their role. So this is something we plan on doing again this year. Up first on that list is a new jungler, one you just saw in the opening cinematic. That's right, we're finally bringing Viego, the
mas ni
Ruin
Viego.
King, into
Tangina.
League as a playable champion.
Parang
At
siyang
long
Sephiroth,
last, he's
no?
more than just an item. And to prove it, here's a quick peek at the new gameplay he'll be bringing to the Rift.
Viego, gameplay.
If you want to try him out yourself, he'll be hitting PBE very soon and goes live later this month.
Pota, naging... Kita nyo yun? Nakita nyo yun?
So Viego's release is just the start
Oy, chat,
of the
nakita
Ruin
nyo ba
King
yun?
story. And the next 3 new champions we will be releasing this year will also tie into Viego's return.
Pota,
Now,
naging
for
siyang
a
Lucian!
while, we've been
Naging
wanting
siyang
to add more
champion!
magic damage
Ibang
fighters,
cha-
especially one tailor-made for top lane. We believe snipping a bigger space out of our roster for AP fighters will not only lead to more diversity in top lane, but also more choices for other lanes as well.
Tangina,
And with that
dati
goal in
kinokopya
mind,
lang.
we began to sew
Skills ngayon,
together
champion na
a
po.
new champion for the Ruin King's return. But where do their loyalties lie? With Viego or with Senna and Lucian in the fight for hope? Also, for our internet sleuths out there, we hid a small Easter egg for this champ in the Ruin King game. So let's see if any of you can find it. So after we pass through the new
Sirang-sira
skirmisher,
na
the
na-
next champion
natatawa
after that is a gloomy new artillery mage who
Tawa lang ako,
prefer if
natawa
we just
lang ako,
didn't
real
even
talk.
bother her at all. I mean, I don't blame her. These days there's so much skill shots and dashes and hyperactivity around Summoner's Rift. Either way, as tiring as all these champions can be, shooting skill shots everywhere, sure beats being back in that happy-go-lucky Bandle City. She would choose anything over that colorful, horrible, bright place. Now the third champion that'll be part of the Ruin King's return is a marksman. But much like Senna, they are planned for a non-traditional position. It's a bit too early though to say more about this champ, so look out for future roadmaps for a new
Kaya sa'yo na lang
Sentinel of
mag-enjoy,
Light.
gago natatawa. Pero ano na kasi ako, wild brief na ako eh. Hindi na tayo naglo-LOL PC. Nakakamiss lang.
Now that we've talked about some of our
Gusto ko sana
plans
mag-LOL
for
PC
new
kung kaya ko
champions,
mag-commit.
let's get right into VGUs. So first of all, we're still hard at work on the Dr. Mundo update, which should go live this spring. We really want to amplify Mundo's whole dark comedy theme while bringing his visuals up to date as well. Last time we shared his new concept, we heard a lot of feedback from players that his hair was a bit too well-groomed for Mundo. We talked as a team about that, and we agreed with it. So we updated it to look less well-kept, as you can see in the new portrait art shown here. Now as for his gameplay, we still want Mundo to go where he pleases, chucking cleavers along the way, so we'll be keeping a lot of what you love about Mundo intact. But look out for a new dev blog this week that'll go way deeper into Mundo's development. Finally, we announced another player choice VGU poll last year, and while we didn't quite make it for 2020, we're happy to say it's coming this week. You'll be able to choose which champion you think we should update next. The poll will include 5 champions, 2 returning champions in Shyvana and Nocturne, as well as 3 newcomers in Udyr, Quinn, and
Bagong
Skarner.
update, no?
But before casting your vote, you can learn more about why we chose these champions, what we would consider changing on them, so that you can make the best, most informed decision on who to vote for. This will be coming in a dev blog along with the poll this week. So that wraps it up for Champions Team. I can't wait for you all to see the new champions we have in store for Viego's return,
Okay lang
as
yan, guys.
well as
Okay
what
lang
you
kahit hindi
think of
Wild Rift
Mundo's
update,
VGU
no?
progress.
LoL PC updates
Thanks for watching.
is always
See
a
you on the Rift.
possibility for Wild Rift, no? So, relax lang tayo. Pero grabe yung ina-update nila sa LoL PC, ah.
Hey everyone, I'm John, aka Bellissimo, and I'm the product lead for personalization and events here on the League dev team. Let's not waste any time and get into some of the things that we have planned for 2021. With over 150 champions in League, there are a lot of mains to make skins for. So in 2020, we stepped up the number of skins that we ship each year, in hopes that champion mains would no longer have to wait years between skins. But that doesn't mean our work is done. There are still some champions who haven't gotten a skin in a while. So this year, you can expect something for Fiddlesticks, Tom Kench, Corky, Camille, Galio, Lulu, Nautilus,
American
Wukong,
Gas Abelgas.
Nunu, Sejuani,
Gagaw si...
Rumble,
Parang si
Yuumi.
Gas Abelgas yung
and Twitch.
nagsasalita.
If your favorite champion isn't on the list, don't worry. There are lots more to come as we plan to ship over 140 skins this year. This also includes some skins for our more popular champions, including Vayne, Caitlyn, and Blitzcrank. For any given thematic, there's only so many champions that really make sense in that world. With us making more and more skins every year, it means that we run into a problem that we call thematic
Para siyang yung
exhaustion.
para siyang
This
yung
means that
batang
we've either run out
version
of champions that
ng
work
Master
well in
sa
a thematic,
Whiplash.
or players show their
Para
lack
siyang
of
yung
interest
conductor sa
through
Whiplash.
purchase rate,
Alam mo yung sa
play rate,
Whiplash
and
na
feedback.
pelikula.
All of this indicates that we should keep trying new things. We'll still be revisiting some of our most popular thematics this year, like Project and Battle Academia. But we also want to explore new worlds. In February, we'll be celebrating Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic. Set in 2057, the year of the ox.
Alam niyo yung moving
Lunar
Whiplash?
Beast is a world where futuristic cityscapes and ancient temples collide.
Yun sa Whiplash.
High-fashion streetwear with a touch of traditional elegance is the style of this year's Lunar New Year celebration. Here's a first look at Fiora, Jarvan,
Si
and
Lee
Alistar,
Sin mo.
who are all part of this year's Lunar Beast squad. If psychedelic retrofuturism in space is more your vibe,
Panotis.
then good news. Our second major thematic of the year is Space Group,
Panotis pa eh.
an eccentric take on a sci-fi universe full of far-out fun and color. The laws of physics and logic don't always apply here, but some of our favorite champions just
Cool.
really dig that, man. We have lots of
Cool.
ideas for new thematics,
Sexy.
and we'd love your help in prioritizing which ones you want to see the most. So this week, we're holding a player choice vote between 3 thematics that we've been exploring. Codenamed
Lakas nating
Monster
mga asar eh,
Tamers,
no?
Crime City
Nanonood lang
Nightmare,
tayo,
and
nakikinood lang
Debonair
tayo, nangaasar
2.0.
pa tayo eh, no?
Monster Tamers is a world where champions harness powerful creatures from across Runeterra
Tong ina,
to challenge each
wala
other
mga
in high-stakes
skills.
matches. In Crime City Nightmare, we focus on the crimescape that is Valorant City, where a street war takes a dark
Ang
and
hihirap
horrifying
hindi
turn
maglaro ng LoL.
as a
Ang
mysterious
gaganda ng-
figure introduces those desperate for power to an ancient Cthulhu-inspired evil. Finally, we have Debonair 2.0. In a world where powerful elixirs grant extraordinary abilities, 2 rival clubs vie for power.
Ganda ng mga skills.
Classy opulence meets modern noir as champions work together to take back what they believe is theirs. We're going to ship whichever thematic gets the most votes this year, and we may revisit some of the others later, depending on your interest and feedback.
Parang ang sarap maglaro ng LoL PC, no?
We've been working to improve events on League, and this year, there are 3 main areas we want to focus on. For starters, we're going to keep running featured game modes alongside every major event. One of our biggest learnings last year was that players most actively played modes that amplify champion fantasies. For example, in Earth, we amplify fantasies by asking, what if my champion could cast all the time? Or in One for All, we ask, what if my champion got to stack with itself? We believe that there are other interesting ways to amplify champion fantasies, and we'll be exploring a new mode in 2021, as well as bringing back our existing roster of rotating game modes. The second area we'd like to focus on is the Event Pass system. 2020 was a crazy year, and while we were able to ship a lot of content, we weren't able to get to some of the Event Pass changes that we were hoping to. We think clarity and ease of experience can improve a lot, and we'll be sharing more details on our plans to revamp the system in the first half of this year. Finally, one of the things that made Spirit Blossom stand out from other events was that it was centered around the lore of Runeterra. We've gotten feedback that you want to see Runeterra stories move forward, the world evolve, and League's champions continue their journeys. At the end of Spirit Blossom, Ari and Yasuo left Ionia on an adventure to Bilgewater.
Curious lang ako
Their
mga
story
to.
will continue in The Ruined King, a League of Legends story.
Interested ba
But
kayo
things
sa
aren't
ano?
going to end there. Viego's back.
Lore ng Runeterra.
We'll be
Lore
following
ng
his
ano?
path of
Lore
destruction
ng
in
League of
League PC
Legends.
later this year.
Like aralin ng
Where
lore
will
ng
the
League of
ruination
Legends.
spread next? Who can stand up to the Ruined King? And who will fall?
Ruination skins.
Thanks
no?
so much for watching. The only reason we get to do any of this cool stuff is because of your continued support. So on behalf of the League Dev team, thank you.
Ah, talaga. Interesting. Kaya mag-alala.
Hey folks, Brian Feeney here, the design director of Wild Rift. It's so cool to be part of kicking off a new year of League, and we
Eto
can't
na!
wait to show you what we've been working
Eto na!
on. When developing Wild Rift, we aim to create an experience that is authentic to League, keeping things just the same when it makes sense. As you've likely seen, we've also made some changes to champions, skins, and the map. to make sure things feel great for Wild Rift players. We also know many of you are still waiting to play Wild Rift, and it's taking us a little longer than we planned to get it out to you all. So, here's an update on our open beta rollout plans for the next few months.
May open beta
We're aiming
pa
to
rin.
start service in the Americas in March.
America.
We're currently working on ways to make sure you get access to a bunch of champions quickly when you join so you can start building up your competitive pool. We'll have more details soon, and we can't wait for you to start playing.
Ang layo ng LoL PC sa Wild Rift, no? Kasi ang layo, ang tagal
Many
ng
of
LoL
us
PC
fell in
talaga.
love with League when we found our first main. For me, it was Twisted Fate.
Oy.
I told myself it was for those sweet card throwing and picking out plays, but I think we all really knew it was about not needing to walk back to lane when you could globally teleport
Parang
at level
4v5
1.
kanina.
When choosing which champs to bring to Wild Rift, we primarily focus on the ones who can expand on the gameplay and thematics that we're currently missing. Wild Rift has around 50 champs, and in 2021, we're really looking to broaden that pool. Our goal is to release an average of 2 champions every month. While not our main goal, we do feel this is a cool throwback to 2009 League PC.
Medyo konti
Anyways,
2 champions per
let's
month.
check
So,
out
ibig
some
sabihin,
champions.
24 lang yung marirelease.
Coming
this year.
later this year will be one of our highest skill cap champs thus far, Katarina.
Katarina.
She promises to pick the perfect time to strike with her deadly daggers.
Ganda.
Okay, alright, let me explain. When we're bringing champions over to Wild Rift, we want to keep their fantasies and playstyles intact. We only look to change abilities if they don't work on twin stick controls, or if there's a cool opportunity to really make them shine.
Ito na, changes kay Katarina.
In this case, it's both. We know from Katarina players that her fantasy comes from weaving her ult in and out of fights using Shunpo. But in our
Gumagalaw!
playtests, we saw that it ended up being super easy to cancel our ult accidentally with the joystick. So we tried letting Katarina slowly move and reposition while ulting, which ended up feeling really awesome on twin stick controls. It's time to let it rip. Rolling in sometime after will be Rammus the Armadillo. We want to preserve Rammus's fantasy of gotta go fast.
May
I saw
Rammus.
an opportunity to wild drift. Rammus now passively rolls, gaining
Wild
out-of-combat movement speed, and the twin stick controls give Rammus a new way to really zoom around the map. Rammus's new ultimate, Soaring Slam, enables him to leap into the air and create tremors where he lands. The size of the tremors are based on his Powerball speed.
Pota,
With these
kilala ko kung
changes,
sino
we're
yan.
hoping Rammus can
Familiar
feel
yung
more than
skill, boy.
okay on Wild Rift.
Familiar yung
And
skill ni
finally,
Rammus.
as for Dr.
Tangina.
Mundo, his
Tangina,
update will be
box
coming
and
to
box.
Wild Rift a bit later in the year, because right now we're focused on getting the game in as many hands as possible. So while
Passive
Mundo will
yung
still
role
go where
niya,
he pleases,
gago.
he'll just be taking his time getting there, as he pleases.
Grabe to.
We're going to be making some upgrades over the next few months to flesh out Wild Rift's gameplay. One of our big focuses will be our in-game item pool. You've seen the item overhaul that just hit in League PC, and while we plan to eventually adopt some of these changes, we aren't quite there yet. In the meantime, we're looking at the item options currently available in Wild Rift and working to fill in some of the gaps. You can expect us to continue expanding itemization options throughout the year. We're also looking into more ways to play, as one of the things players have been asking about is additional game modes.
Okay, grabe
Today,
yung champion
I'm
update.
pleased to
Puta,
announce
nakakatawa.
we're working on our version of All Random,
Ding
All
back
Mid,
siya.
or ARAM, and you can help us test it out later this year.
Iram,
If you want a more competitive experience, great news! Our first official ranked season is starting soon. Beyond the usual matchmaking and ranked improvements, we also want to do more to support competitive play. So we're looking into a couple of things this year. One feature you can expect soon is the ping reply system, which should help you more easily coordinate with your team and
Gumagana
acknowledge
na yung
their
ping
calls.
reply, boy.
Finally, a lot of you have been asking for a way to have more choice over the position you play in-game.
Role selection.
We're actively working on a solution for this, and we'll bring you updates on this soon.
Wala pang update, sa totoo lang. So, role selection, no word from
We're
me
going
pa.
to be running a ton of
Essentially.
events throughout 2021, with new ways to play and share the magic of League with your friends. Events are one of the ways we can create shared moments with League PC. That way, players can experience the world of League of Legends together. Our next shared moment will be the futuristic meets traditional Lunar Beast event in February. As a celebration of the Lunar New Year, the squad will be joined by Miss Fortune in a new skin unique to Wild Rift. We'll keep teaming up with League PC throughout the year, as we really don't want any missed opportunities.
Unique skins for Wild Rift,
Outside
man.
of events, you can expect to see some other skin lines making an appearance early this year.
Star Guardian, yeah. Alright.
We have even more plans for the year, so let's jump into some rapid fire previews. We'll be heading to Targon later this year to battle for the heavens. We'll also be making our first stop at the lovely Shadow Isles.
Targon, Shadow Isles.
We're working on our first to Wild Rift skin line.
Okay.
And later, 2 of League's deadliest champions will face off and hopefully settle the score once and for all.
Sino yun? Deadliest champion, settle the score.
Before we go, you may have been wondering where Teemo went after Jinx teleported him and a few others onto Wild Rift. He's had an interesting journey, and now he's starring in our biggest in-game event yet. Check out the new Tales of Runeterra, featuring Teemo and some of his Yordle pals.
Bago ito, event. Uy! Cinematic boy!
Corky, I've got this.
But Teemo's AWOL. You need a recon. I'll help you find him.
I know where he is. The Bilgewater pages are missing from his scout journal.
Yeah,
Besides,
well.
weren't there enemy bogies spotted over Piltover?
Bogies? Bogies? Why didn't you say so?
I'll help you see, Teemo. Lieutenant Lulu, this, rock is the most important part of the mission. You've got this. Bye.
I always have to guard the rock. I can do a lot of things.
Gago, sobrang cute.
I'll fix that.
Teemo? Teemo, sound off! Whoa! A double cannon! Oh.
Tayo na yung Destiny.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. She thinks I'm washed up. Well, not this, my boy.
This rock never does anything.
You're not gonna... What? No Tristana?
Nope.
Oh, mission's gone south. Want to go cause a ruckus?
I thought I struck gold when I got one Yordle. Now look what we got.
You got. Don't care how much those Yordles are worth on the bounty board. They're a ticking time bomb of trouble.
Quit your whining. That page is runic iron.
Oh, Corky.
Prepare to face Randall City's most decorated violence!
That makes 3. I'm rich.
What was your plan?
Oh, I'm just a distraction.
Tanginang saya panoorin.
What?
As I said, tick, tick, tick.
Donna, I've been watching this rock all day, and it doesn't do anything. I'm starting to think that maybe you'll
Bota.
turn on it.
Son of a...
Teemo!
Got all the muscle you got? Right now, get off me!
Drop your weapon, you little...
What's a Bandle Gunner without her support?
What I tell you, you don't mess with Yordles.
Whew, thanks. I thought I was a goner.
Not with friends like these furballs. What were you here for anyway?
Vandal Scout mission badge number 389. Adopt a pet. Cute, huh? It's a soul-devouring sea worm!
What?
Teemo, wait!
Wait, Teemo, wait!
Yung last part di ko gets, no? Pero super
Teemo,
cute.
Tristana,
Grabe, ang
Lulu,
cute.
Corky, and also Kennen are making their debut on Wild Rift this week. The Yordle Expedition event will take place over the next few weeks with champs, skins, goodies, and an in-game experience where you can follow the Yordles on their journey throughout Runeterra.
Ganda.
That's all from us for now. We're so excited to share more in the future. See you on Wild Rift.
Ganda. Ganda. Super ganda. Ang ganda ng contents. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Jeff Ju, executive producer for Legends of Runeterra.
Ganda.
And I'm here to talk to you about our plans for 2021.
Grabe. Anyway,
But first,
guys.
let me get a little sentimental. Nearly a year ago, we set out to build a better card game, and the progress we've made has only been possible with your feedback and your support.
Grabe, ang ganda. Ang ganda. Anyway,
Since our
guys,
launch on
the
PC and
update now
mobile,
is
we've
Legends
released
of
hundreds of new cards,
Runeterra. I'm
brought
just
over
actually here
fan-favorite champions,
to look forward
and
for
added
the
new features like rotating
for
game modes
the
and
Wild
in-game
Rift
tournaments.
update, and ganda, ganon. You guys can continue watching the other parts pa for the other IPs ng Wild Rift ng League of Legends. I think may Valorant update pa yan if you play Valorant, ganon. Pero mainly I'm more on ang habol ko yung sa Wild Rift talaga, alam niyo naman, kasi hindi dahil sa I don't like the other games, kundi hindi ko na talaga kaya laruin yung ibang mga games ng Riot, yun lang, no? Pero they have such great games. Kung may chance nga lang maglalaro sana ang Valorant. And actually, seeing kanina yung updates ng League of Legends, gusto ko rin maglaro ulit ng League of Legends. Parang ang sayang kung bibitawan ko yung account, ang tagal ko na rin naman, 'di ba? 10 years old na account. Grabe, no? Pero yung sa Wild Rift, no, pag-usapan natin sa Wild Rift update, the cinematics panalo. Grabe, ang ganda. Yordle lang yun guys, Yordle yun. Actually, honestly I'll be honest, Yordle in the League of Legends universe lore, sometimes medyo least interesting siya kasi it doesn't have, sa iba hindi siya ganun ka-interesting or less impactful. Pero ako, I love the Yordle lore personally kasi magical, yung magic na part. Tsaka may hidden powers kasi yung mga Yordle, no? Tapos ancient kasi yung origins nila. Pero, the thing about Yordles kasi hindi siya ganun kasing intense kumpara sa lore na matatagpuan mo sa Shadow Isles, even sa Zone, lalo na sa Demacia, tsaka Demacia versus Noxus. Ang pinakagusto ko talagang lore is sa Noxus tsaka sa Shurima. Yan, Shurima Chronicle, Noxus tsaka sa Targon, no? Pero kahit Yordle lang, no? Ang interesting. Grabe, ang ganda. Yun lang. Alam niyo na yan. All I can say is ang ganda. And knowing the updates, review lang natin, no? One of the most important key points doon na i-remind ko kayo na sobrang ganda would be of the exclusive skin for Wild Rift. That's one exclusive skin for Wild Rift. Feeling ko din, inaaral nila yung role selection for Wild Rift. Tapos plano rin pala talaga nilang pag-usapan kung yung item sa LoL PC mapupunta sa Wild Rift, no. Although alam natin everything is in the pipeline pa. Pero at least we have yung Yordle, sure na may Yordle champions tayo. Yung rank, yung competitive, sure na nandyan. And walang discussion about Wild Rift Esports. Pero feeling ko, kapag, alam mo yun, kinasa na yung spectator mode, kinasa na yung circuit, no? Yung confirmed na circuit sa April ng Wild Rift, natural na lang yan na magpa-fly, no? And we'll be watching not just cinematics. We won't be watching just cinematics. We will be watching highlights. We will be watching storylines. We will be watching legacies being made, or, legacies being reborn or revived through Wild Rift. Tulad ni JLC, nagbalik siya sa Wild Rift, diba? Sila stronger, ganon. And new names being named because of the esports for Wild Rift. Grabe, hype. Monklinks, ganon. Cinematic, no? Nakakatawa lang si Graves, real talk, no? Medyo ginawa nilang comedy si Graves, pero yung duo naman ni comedy, yung duo naman ni Twisted Fate tsaka ni Graves always has been like that, Ganon. Wala pa ring ban sa rank. I think hindi talaga magkakaban sa rank. Isa pang, siguro kung magiging, nitpicky, ang isang downside na pwede nyong makita mula doon sa live, no? Season 1 update, they will be releasing 2 champions per month. So, kung 2 champions yun per month, by the end of the year, 2022, we'll have around 70 plus champion, no? 70 plus champion. I cannot but feel na, 5 naman yung nirelease nila. Parang feeling ko binababaan lang nila expectations. Pero siguro ang tansya ko, mas swerte na maka 80 champions tayo by the end of the year. Competitive naman, I think that's a good pool. Pero sana madagdagan pa. Because the pool of League of Legends is around 150. And, kung may mention sana nila Trash, nila Pero napansin nyo guys, napansin nyo, tinis yung Shadow Isles. Okay? Yung mga lugar, yung mga events, nag-tease sila ng mga events nila based on location. And dun sa pag-tease nila ng events based on location, you can actually imagine what are the possible champions na pwedeng lumabas doon. So, sa Shadow Isles, isa sa mga pwedeng lumabas sa Shadow Isles would be of Elise. Ako sana Elise kasi si Elise yung pinaka-closest na champion sa Selena. Which is, kilala nyo naman ako kung MLBB usapan, Selena lang nilalaro ko. And Thresh, no? Which is one of the hype champions din as well na inaabangan din for Wild Rift, no? Isa pa nakakatawa, Katarina. Yung Katarina ult gumagalaw. Salamat, Sir Jomel. Yung Katarina ult gumagalaw po. Natatawa ako na yung Katarina ult gumagalaw. I'm so hype na lalabas din si Katarina. That's amazing. Pero yung ano lang, gumagalaw. Tapos, ayun, finally, yung Rammus. Nakakatawa yung ult ni Rammus. Wag na, alam mo, wala nang tago-tago. I love seeing what is obvious, no? Ang hilig ko mag-real talk. Kitang-kita mo mukha siyang si Baksha, no? Sa totoo lang. Pero alam na, tama na yan, wag na yung ganyang usapan kung sinong kumopya sa kanino. Pero, nakakatawa kay siguro ang isang interesting na mechanic kay Rammus is yung passive niya. Yung gulong niya, passive na lang. Pag naglalakad siya, automatic gugulong na siya. Very interesting. That's very interesting. How will that work? Is that distance base? Is that movement speed base? If he reach certain movement speed, ganon, he will ramp up movement speed, diba? That's interesting, no? Riven versus Yasuo. Pwede nga, Angelo. That is true, no? That is true. Rammus tang OP Torn Mail. Anyway, okay, ay nako, Nestle Sheila Guevara. Gagawin nyo lahat, no, para manghila. Pero nag-enjoy kami masyado dito, so it's a statement, no. Hindi kayo masaya. Meron pa ring mga tao na hindi naman natin inaano, hindi naman natin ginagalaw. Pero grabe yung issue sa balat, hindi masaya, no, na masaya tayo. And all I ask is, huwag nyo na lang pansinin. Tandaan nyo guys, no, siguro ngayon lang ako magpapaka konting turfish, no? Ayan, Tarima. Pero kapag may nang-iinsulto sa Wild Rift na galing sa ibang laro, ibig sabihin lang nun, walang kasalanan yung laro, walang kasalanan yung laro. Pero pag may mga individual na nang-iinsulto sa Wild Rift na galing sa ibang laro, ibig sabihin lang nun, kailangan kasi nila gawin yon. Pero wag na wag kayo mang-iinsulto ng ibang laro, wag nyo sila gayahin, no? Ganun lang. Pero para sa mga nangiinsulto ng Wild Rift, hindi namin kayo inaano, wala pa nga kaming ginagawa. Pero, parang lagi kayong may kailangan patunayan. Kita nyo tong mukhang to? Yan. Para kayo lagi may kailangan patunayan. May tawag doon, insecurity. 2021 na, bawas-bawas naman. Bawas-bawas lang. Okay? Okay, so, sorry, masakit, mas masakit ang real talk sa trash talk, mga bongklings, 'di ba? Ganoon lang naman. Pero yeah, anyway, yaman na yung mga ganyan. Again, ulitin ko lang Kaya nyo ginagawa yun kasi feeling nyo kailangan nyo siya gawin. So sinong ngayon, sinong awit, 'di ba? Sinasabi niya yan lagi niyo sinasabi yan pag may magandang lumalabas sa Wild Rift, pag may magandang achievement, pag may magandang moments, pag may nakita kayo nasa taas, hinihila nyo talaga pababa. 2020, isa ako sa mga individual sa mundo ng gaming. Proven na hinila talaga, sinubukang hilahin. Nasa na? Dito pa rin tayo hanggang ngayon, 'di ba? Patibayan. Easy lang, no? Mainit masyado. Mainit lang masyado. Okay, masakit. Anyway, bong links, yun na muna. Maraming salamat, guys. The live is still ongoing. They're discussing teamfight tactics right now. Hindi ko nakakainin yung oras yung mga tol. Magpapahinga na rin ako kasi I will be working on a video for tomorrow. Siguro, ano na lang, congratulations sa mga naka-achieve ng rank nila. And, ayun, congratulations sa mga naka-achieve ng rank nila. And, yeah, I know we want to raise the community, we want to push the community, pero you don't really have to think about that. All you need to do is just truly follow your heart, enjoy what you feel like doing, what you feel like playing. That's already enough, no? Sundin nyo lang kung ano nasa puso nyo laruin, be true to yourself, be true to others, and matik na yan. Nakakontribute na kayo sa community. If you don't like Wild Rift, walang problema. If you love Wild Rift, wala. Ganun lang, 'di ba? And congratulations nga sa rank na naabutan nyo. Sa mga naghahabol, good luck sa ating lahat, puta. Ngayon ay stress na ako isipin, no? Good luck sa ating lahat sa rank na hahabulin natin ngayong rank season 1. Sabi ko nga, no, nagsolo-solo ako pa diamond nung season 0 ngayon. tatry ko kahit kumampi pa ako sa malakas para lang mag-master tier ngayong season 1. Gagrind talaga natin yung batakan. But guys, be updated on the esports of Wild Rift, on the history of those esports players. Mas maganda, mas marami kayong alam, mas malaking tulong yon. Not to mention, finally, tuloy-tuloy lang. Guys, may tournament din pala bukas, no? Free tournament, free registration. Check nyo na lang, nasa may pinned post yon ng page natin. Wild Rift Underground, week 3 na. Price pool is 5,000 pesos. Bukas yon, walang spectator mode, wala kayong mapapanood na laban, pero pwede kayong sumali, pwede kayong manood, libre registration. Guys, maraming salamat. I am Shibu with the one for an eye. And as I always say, no, na lahat kayong gamers mabuhay, pero ngayong gabi, lahat tayong naglalaro ng Wild Rift. Welcome to Season 1 at mabuhay.